Can you tell whether a narcissist really loves you? Can a narcissist love? Hello and welcome back to my channel. The topic of today's video is derived from the question, did the narcissist ever love me? And can narcissists love? There are various types of love too. Someone could love their friends. There is the love that a person may have for their relatives, including their parents, siblings, and even children. Then there is the kind of love that a person might experience for a partner, and I will be discussing that kind of love in this video. A person can and does love even if they exhibit narcissistic traits. That said, it's possible that they only have a small amount of love to give, or perhaps they are only in it for themselves. To address the question of whether narcissists actually experience or feel love for another person, I will examine the various types of love that can exist in a relationship and how, if at all, narcissists might do so. So there is romance first. All of us experience romance when we are first dating and getting to know each other. However, narcissists frequently move quickly and have a strong sense of seduction. They can be very attentive but don't really invest the time to get to know someone. Know about them, yes, but don't get to know them personally. Therefore, there is no genuine intimacy or connection. A solid foundation for a long-term commitment is lacking. This is what many people refer to as the love bombing stage. When they were in a relationship with a narcissist, they elevate someone, show them love and affection, and give them gifts. They are very considerate and attentive, and the person they are speaking to is drawn to the side of them and responds with love and adoration. They consequently resemble a narcissistic supply. Since narcissists frequently see relationships as business dealings, it's frequently more about them, and as I previously mentioned, some people reflect on that and realize this was a part of the manipulation. The narcissist receives admiration, validation, and sexual satisfaction, but so does the object of their attention. So while narcissists are capable of falling in love, they frequently mistakenly believe that they are the only person in the world. In many instances, this is more about what they get out of it. So, doing romantic things rather than being romantic may be the focus. Then there is infatuation, which is also known as being in love. As a result, there is a lot of enthusiasm, fun, pleasure, and excitement. Those who are in love may become more irrational. Decisions can sometimes be hasty or impetuous, and it can be an incredible sensation. Everyone wants to be loved. This, in my opinion, is the most typical kind of love that narcissists encounter. One could argue that narcissists adore the concept of love, but it lasts only a little while. The narcissist might end it if the infatuation starts to wane. Because of their pride, resentment, and envy, they find it difficult to express their love. And whenever demands are made of them, this becomes more obvious. Because relationships call for high levels of trust and intimacy, not just physical intimacy but also emotional and intellectual intimacy, which can elicit feelings of vulnerability that narcissists interpret as a sign of weakness. In order to prevent that emotional closeness, their defense mechanism starts to work, and those defense mechanisms frequently skew how they perceive their partner, and by extension any interaction they have with them. We will move this relationship to the next level whenever you start to or whenever you stop whatever, they will say, and it's usually the partner's fault. The partner's efforts to reach out to them are frequently rejected. Their innovations, ideas, and suggestions. The partner rejects all attempts at connection. Once more, it's possible that they feel weak and vulnerable when they agree or say yes to something because it implies that the other person has some sort of power over them. As a result, they may shut that feeling down and become disagreeable. An entitlement complex is present as well, even though they have no longer act in the same manner as they did in the beginning of the relationship. They still hope that the partner will still react, behave, and feel about them in those early days. When the partner doesn't act in that way, it can cause feelings of frustration, disappointment, and anger. It's possible to have fantasies about perfect relationships, partners, and lives. However, these are merely fantasies. When expectations don't match reality, people may feel unfairly treated and become quite resentful rather than adjusting their expectation. They frequently hold their partner responsible for the breakdown of the relationship because they lack self-confidence and wisdom. They blame their partner for their own flaws and insecurities. This is frequently referred to as shifting responsibility, and because they will never achieve the necessary level of perfection, the partner is kept in a constant state of stress. They might develop these traits over time, especially when they are challenged or when they don't get their way. As a result, they can occasionally and in various ways support their partner. Again, they view the connection as a business transaction, so it's possible that there is benefit to them. Perhaps their ego is somehow appeased, or maybe they simply don't find it too disruptive. In light of this, I would say that although they are capable of loving, they tend to find relationships more difficult at first because they are so eager. They are fed with unceasing love and attention, and they are idolized. The focus here would be on shared interest, or perhaps when someone's ego is being stroked. They will, however, go to great lengths to avoid taking any personal responsibility because they lack insight and cannot see themselves as the issue. Frequently, self-defense is the main concern. Even those closest to them are treated with little to no consideration. The concept of love appeals to them, but they find it difficult to put forth the necessary effort or commitment. Many people even have other partners in their fantasies. They don't really understand what a healthy, functional relationship with give and take looks or feels like because they will always put their own needs first. They have conditional love for their partner. However, the love that their partners have for them must be unwavering. Furthermore, none of these conditions are favorable to a loving setting of a loving connection. There may be some level of commitment in long-term relationship with narcissists, but there won't be any genuine connection. So back to the original query, did I ever love you? Well, you are the best person to respond to that. It might be difficult to tell, looking back on the early stages of the relationship, if they ever truly loved you or if it was just a ruse to get you. It's also possible that they simply enjoy the way you made them feel about themselves, and guess what? Perhaps they did love you at the time. However, if you consider how the relationship started to change, maybe you should ask yourself if you felt loved, if you felt heard, if you felt respected, if you felt genuinely cared about. Was it when you needed more than just a nice present, a good time, or just being in their company? When you consider their responses back then, you consider that. As with anyone else, I'm going to leave you with a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Words are less powerful than deeds.